Dougie.
Dougie! You help me out.
I absolutely will.
And you smell so good.
I wanted to make sure I smell good for you. Hey, baby.
Oh my gosh, you look so handsome.
Hi.
Is it true that you and your mom would watch Riding in Cars with Boys, which was a film I was lucky enough to be in,
Yes.
directed by Penny Marshall?
Yes.
About a young single mom.
Yes.
And I grew up with a young single mom, and I was very young when I did the film, and I was really scared because I wanted to get it right on behalf of single moms.
You have no idea how much that movie changed my life and me and my mother's relationship.
Really?
It felt, yeah, truly. Yeah, because it was the first time I had ever seen a movie that encapsulated what it's like to be, oh, you guys are showing pictures of my mother. The mother and son dynamic. I lost my mother almost 8 years ago in a terrible car accident.
So sorry.
But this movie had such a connection because, you know, watching your relationship with him in this movie was very much reflective of me and my mother's relationship, of trying to figure out how to communicate, what to do when you make this man, because that's what she did. She made a man. This movie totally just shined a light for me to understand who she was and for her to understand me. And so it was so, I'm so grateful to this day because everything I ever wanted to say to my mother, I said. Everything, every grievance, every joy, every single part of what I wanted her to know about herself, I was able to tell her before she passed. And so I talk to her all the time. I feel her all the time. If you've lost your mother, you know it's a loss that it just is with you forever. But I feel her all the time.
And you have sisters.
I have 4 older sisters.
What's it like to grow up with all that feminine, like, aspect? What does that do to someone? Because I wish, like, I had a lot of god brothers, and then they had best friends, so I grew up around a lot of boys.
Sure.
And I loved how much of a tomboy it made me. I'm inherently a girl through and through.
Sure.
But I really loved being around, like, not my gender because it helped give me insight.
I think that it's the best thing that ever happened to me. It definitely made me a better man. I mean, it definitely made me a better man. Absolutely. Like, there's no way. I think it also channels in my acting, you know what I mean? There's, like, because, you know, my father was such a man, you know? Like, he was such a tough, stoic, just, you know, this black man born in 1940s, Kentucky. He was in Vietnam. He went through Jim Crow. So he was hardened, which makes all the sense in the world. But having these 5 women, because I basically have 5 moms, God help me, it taught me the biggest virtue that I learned was patience. Like, because you have to have patience. Like,
because we take so long to leave?
So for example, it was all of us and there was 1 bathroom. So, yeah. That's somebody, ooh. So I had to learn patience. You had to learn patience. They fought all the time, but then they loved each other at the same time. It was, and they're all still tight. All my sisters are still tight. They all still live around each other. They're all moms now. They're all grandmothers. It's a big family. It is a big family, and I think watching them just taught me how to be a better person, and especially how to be a better man, and how to treat people better, just because, you know.
It's so front and center, by the way, with you. No, you really do have an energy and a cadence and a body language that really says thoughtful.
Thank you.
Which is so awesome. And it is such a pleasure to be around that. And I think you really do the work, too. Like, are you big on therapy?
Oh, Drew. I remember encountering some friends who used to confuse acting with therapy. And I was like, no, therapy is therapy. Acting is not therapy. It's therapeutic, but it's not therapy. You know, especially when I lost my mom, it was right at the height of my career. Like, she passed. She literally died the day that we wrapped the first season of Atlanta, the day we wrapped it. And I never got to really deal with the grief of that because everything was pressed and then my career was taking off. And I never had a chance to mourn her. So much so that I never looked at a photo of my mother after she passed. So like, it was so hard for me to look at photos of her because I knew like the minute that it was such a raw nerve, and I didn't look at any photos. And I realized that what I was doing was absolutely burying myself in work, so I never had to confront the loss. But here's how the universe works. Every show or movie that I was doing involved my mother dying. So all my characters had lost their moms, or it was. I can't even explain to you how
the universe,
right?
working.
It's so bizarre. Like it just kept happening, and so I was like, maybe there's something to this. Maybe she is yelling at me. Maybe she is telling me that I need to get it together. And so 2020 came, and of course we were all inside, nowhere to go. And I just remember I would talk to her very clearly of like, tell me what to do. I don't know how to get through this.
And I think if you trust in that, then answers will come.
And she answered. She's very loud. She was a very loud, rambunctious woman. There was nothing subtle about my mother. Her name was Willow, and she was not subtle. And so I remember I got pretty sick during COVID, and I ended up in the ICU for 3 days. And I remember breathing a sigh of relief because I was just like, oh, it's over. Like, I'm in here, I'm being taken care of by these amazing nurses, amazing doctors, and I pulled a picture of my mother out, finally, that I had in my wallet and sat it on the nightside. So the photo is literally of my mother. The face is either, I told you so, or I'm proud of you. Either way, it's
kind of sometimes
it's kind of the same thing. She's literally in the photo like that. So, but I decided to do as much self-care, self-work, self-help, all I could, and, you know, I've never been better.
Okay, we have to go to a quick commercial break. I do not want to break this up, but we'll be right back as the good news with Brian Tyree Henry.